Hi there, Doug Greenwald with the Convergint Technologies Advanced Solutions team. And as companies continue to quickly adjust to local jurisdiction requirements to open their workplaces to employees, contractors, and guests, one area of continued focus is being able to provide reporting internally and externally with metrics on self-attestation questionnaires, temperature screening, and reporting for quick contact tracing and notifications of individuals who have failed the screening process. To solve those very important and pressing challenges, I am pleased to have Nick Mirizzi and Tom DeLorenzo with Turing Video join me today to discuss the Turing Shield non-contact AI-enabled thermal body temperature scanner and reporting kiosk that has seen widespread adoption across Convergint customers in the last few months. Now, before we address the topic at hand, I want to share with you that you should keep watch on the Convergint newsroom and LinkedIn pages for additional upcoming videos, including the Advanced Solutions 2021 Cloud Access Control Strategy and information on the migration to the digital credential. Nick, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, how you guys doing? Nick Mirizzi, pleasure to meet you all. Thanks for taking the time. I'm the Senior Vice President at Turing Video. Boy, it's been a real crazy year. And we're so grateful to have partners like Convergint to help us reopen the country and get people back to work, which was our #1 goal when we launched the Turing Shield. We are an established artificial intelligence software company that makes IoT devices for video and digital images smart. We're on the forefront of using AI to develop cutting-edge technologies. At the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic, we realized our product line key features like biometrics and thermal temperature taking could be expanded using our AI capabilities to serve our customers, frontline organizations, and enterprises that were struggling to safely reopen and mitigate associated risks. So in early 2020, we developed a thermal biometric scanning solution leveraging our software. This solution, the Turing Shield, is an all-in-one COVID-19 workplace solution that provides employers with the ability to implement an automated protocol for fever detection, CDC self-assessment, monitoring, reporting, alerting, mask compliance, and contact tracing. Turing Shield has now been deployed by some of the largest organizations in the world like Albertsons, McKesson, Salesforce, Johnson & Johnson, just to name a few. We also have a strong presence in government and state and local and education and federal levels, including the armed services, agencies, universities, Department of Energy, the FBI, the DOJ, and many more. Our differentiation in the market and superior AI capabilities recently earned us a nomination for the Edison Award for Innovation in AI Excellence. Turing now has nearly 10,000 systems deployed globally, and our customers are using the Turing Shield kiosk to take over 250,000 temperature and CDC scans per day. Over the last 3 months, the Turing Shield has automated over 20 million temperature scans, resulting in the detection and reporting of nearly 100,000 potential COVID cases. We've quickly become the #1 COVID-19 workplace solution, in large part due to great partners like Convergint. Both our customers and Turing are very thankful for our partnership, Doug. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, Nick, and thanks for that background on who Turing is. Obviously, a lot of products that we've been testing in the marketplace were coming from, overseas. A lot of them were unestablished organizations that were just quickly trying to jump on the COVID train. And so in this case, what I'd like to do is have you talk a little bit more about the product, the type of sensor that you use to take the temperature, how you ensure accuracy in the workplace. And I also think it'd be great just to give a quick demo of the device. I mean, I've got one behind me, but I want to show just how fast it responds to go through the screening process with someone.
Yeah, great. Hey, Doug, Tom DeLorenzo. I run the East VP of Sales. I have a unit here in front of me. So just put your face in front of the scanner, and automatically it tells you within 1/10 of a second what your temperature is. So we're looking for earlobes, eyes, and forehead. And once we identify that it's a person through millions of scanned images, so we can identify regardless of pigment of skin, shape of the face, glasses, mask, hat, hair, no hair, young and old. We can identify individuals as young as a year to 88, 90 years old. So we can tell right away what the temperature is. One of the cool things is we use algorithms to identify the heat map on the forehead, we take 100 different points of information through a thermal scan. And if there are any inaccuracies, say 60 or 120 degrees, we throw those out and we have an algorithm that will do the math on the remaining 98 points. And that's how we can, take care of all those strange anomalies that the hair may be down when somebody uses a handheld device, which has the accuracy of about a nickel. And if they hit that area that maybe the hair or a hat was over, you would have gotten a false reading. The algorithm's smart enough to identify inconsistencies and then do the math and say, the head's on fire, this person has a fever, and can alert automatically.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed during my testing phase of this, because we did have so many units we were looking at. One of the things that we appreciated about it was the fact that when I would wear a hat, or I put one of my daughters in front of it and her hair was in front of it, it would actually say that the temperature was too low and retake it. It would identify that there was an obstruction, which was something that I've seen a lot of the other devices just completely bypass and tell me that I'm in range. And that's not the direction that we want to be going with any type of deployment. So one of the things I think that I appreciate also about this is that there's a completely customizable workflow for this, as well as what data is collected. So for example, a lot of companies that we're working with want to be able to get a notification just on individuals that have an elevated temperature. And that might be paired with a thumbnail photo of that individual so they could track them down. And then that notification would be able to be given to the appropriate person to take action. While others simply just want maybe a name or a thumbnail associated with a pass to maintain that privacy. Can you kind of walk through some of those customizable options?
Sure. You know what, I'll start with just the workflow to give you an idea of what we're doing. So we can customize the workflow to do just about anything. So whether it be reading an HID reader, a card, it could be scanning a QR code, or a customer doing a touchscreen where they add their employee information, or a visitor adds their employee information or their visitor information, and walk through with the questionnaire. We have the capability to detect masks. And regardless of how big the mask or what color it is, there are some inferior products that can't identify certain masks or sizes of masks. We've done algorithms and can identify rapidly, and we're constantly improving our algorithms to detect those. This is a simple flow chart. An employee comes in, they use their HID badge or a QR code, a mask detection, temperature, we can print a badge, and then it's off, encrypted up to the cloud. Whereas a visitor track would come in, they would type their name in, answer the questionnaire on the screen, and then again, it would detect the mask and not.
No, that's perfect. So let's move over to the reporting side real quick.
Okay.
Obviously, everybody's concerned about what data is collected, and how employers are using this system to meet health reporting requirements is starting to become very, very relevant. For example, the new health reporting requirement in California that was enacted on January 1st that requires employers to provide a 48 turnaround on contact tracing and notifications during a COVID outbreak at their facilities. Can you kind of walk through that data collection, how you would go about performing that type of reporting?
Yeah, that's a great topic. So originally, everybody just wanted to know what the temperature was. Now everybody needs to have the audit trails, not only for compliance, but for OSHA and other requirements for health departments. So we built these alerts that will tell us, high temperature. So from our platform, we can see by state, by site, whatever the location is. And by the device. So in the beginning, I just did a temperature scan, and here I captured my name, the site, the HID number. I wasn't wearing a mask. I'm not a visitor. And then I failed the temperature. And I set my temperature low so it would automatically alert and make more sense. But we also can track over time my temperature. And then we can report here, details about this high temperature. Tom was white as a ghost, or Tom went for a run at lunchtime. This is fine, and then it's no longer pending. And we can customize any of the data that's captured and reported. So if temperature is an issue that you don't want that, we can mask that and just say high temperature. Not only that, so part of the other alerting capability is, let me just show you. We have the email notification. So if I go in here, here's my email that was captured. It captured, and I could send this to a COVID response team alias in email, and automatically sends out all the information that's pertinent. And this happens right away, instantly, on somebody either coming in hot. Hopefully that answers that question.
It does. And so from a HIPAA compliance perspective, one thing I think is important as part of this is that this is all being stored completely separate from any employer records, which is really the guidance that has been brought forth by HIPAA, that it is okay to collect this data, especially for jurisdictional or contact tracing purposes. Just be sure that this data is segregated away from employer records. And that's exactly what you guys are doing here through the AI cloud instance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. So we're finding that people need these alerts and be able to make sure that they're encrypted and streamed to the cloud and held in a container that no one else has access to, and you control that as the end user.
So yeah, as Tom highlighted, and for sure as Doug highlighted, all these regulations are very important, and this is all wrapped around compliance for safety and for security for our customers. And as we built the Turing Shield and the Turing Data Management Platform, we adhere to the strictest compliance protocols. The last thing we want is our customers or employees to worry about compliance or retrieval of data or data accuracy, and we eliminate those concerns. And how we do that is through our list of all of our certifications. And as you can see, we're SOC 2 compliant. We are US based. We're NDAA and TAA compliant. So all of the cameras and technology around communication is all approved around NDAA, as well as we're TAA, which means we substantially transform our device in the US, California. We have pen testing done. We're a Linux operating system, so we're very secure. Most of the players out there are Android and therefore easily hackable. Android 2017, I believe, a hacker's dream. They love to go after those. We're ISO 27001 and HIPAA, GDPR, and CCPA compliant, and we're fully encrypted. So we take it seriously. We are a security platform. We're providing risk mitigation and safety for our customers.
Yeah, great overview. I mean, that alone is something that has gotten a tremendous amount of interest from organizations, especially those in healthcare or government space, having to make sure they align with those things. And obviously, when we talk a little bit about EFDA, right? There's a lot of concerns there. Everybody, wants to look at an FDA approved device, but the ones that are out there, and especially in the thermal camera space, are very expensive. So what is Turing doing around the FDA? And are you guys potentially applying for FDA 510K clearance in this space?
Yeah, definitely. We are Turing safe. We're FDA safe harbors right now, which means that our solution can be used as an adjunct medical device. And we're currently going through an application process to become full FDA 510K compliant. So the Turing solution can be used as a medical device, not an adjunct device. But as you can imagine, FDA approval right now is detailed and lengthy and slow because they're focused on vaccines. We've made some good progress. We're expecting to have full FDA compliance here this year. And we know that that'll definitely change the way our device and our solution is used.
Yep, and it's been a big driver for us as well, knowing you're going through that process. And just the accuracy we've seen in the field, especially in different environments, in addition to the reporting capabilities, notifications, it's been a substantial improvement over some of the other systems that we've seen out in the marketplace. So one thing I think I'd like to ask, just around kind of the topic of what's possible, these deployments, the other key thing that I think I've seen, they're really a fraction of the cost of the high-end thermal units. And then you get the added benefit of all the reporting capabilities. Let's talk a little bit about Turing's roadmap post-pandemic. In the event that everything goes back to normal prior to this, and employers can no longer use these to perform temperature checks, What does that look like from the Turing side?
Yeah, good question. We're an AI software company. We use our software on IoT devices, and right now the device that's driving a lot of interest is our Turing Shield solution. But as you can imagine, AI software can be used in a lot of places. Some of those places would be leveraging the kiosk to migrate into employee time tracking, ADP Kronos integrations. Our customers are already starting to do that with us. People counting, adding occupancy control. We have that capability and integrates in our platform. Leveraging our computer vision. This is really what our AI software does. It's a video analytics platform. So we can use that computer vision solution to do more and more physical security, OSHA related or compliance related use cases. We obviously, as you've seen, visitor management. We can use the device to do digital messaging. One of our customers is asking to, do employee of the month because they've got a lot of hourly workers that go through the device and they want to use the device to communicate to the employees. We also have a full robotics platform for autonomous patrol and alerting, robots that go through the buildings and do physical security use cases. So lots going on. Looking forward to doing a lot of work with Convergint in 2021.
Nick, so are we, and Tom as well. Thank you both for the information today, your time, and hopefully this provided you, the viewer, with a better understanding of how to not only quickly and cost effectively deploy health screening, especially as there's more and more attention being put towards getting folks back to the workplace, but also being able to do it in a way that, is in a compliance with everything we just outlined, from HIPAA to FDA safe harbor to NDAA. The solution from our perspective is an excellent fit for a lot of organizations looking to go back to work. So click on the link below to get in touch with myself or someone within Convergint so we can specifically walk through the specific workflow that you would like to dial in your requirements. And until next time, stay safe, wear a mask, and thank you for doing your part to help your company bring people back to the workplace safely and responsibly.